every single time now, every single time that a new AAA game comes out, there's a massive group of people on various forums and platforms that are criticizing the way that the female characters are portrayed. They will say that the female characters look masculine, that the jawline is a problem, and these people will be met with a backlash. Like, there's the small vocal minority which are going to say, no, the characters are fine. And they usually use the exact same arguments all the time. Like, you just want a goon, you just want to watch pornography, or, oh, you just want young characters, you're obsessed, your brain is obsessed with anime, you just want teenagers. And this is happening all the time. And then the game comes out, and the sales are usually affected. And those people, they don't say, oh, okay, well, you are right. It seems that maybe there is no market for women that look masculine. Like, maybe the market isn't as big as they thought it was. No. Those people are now busy going to the next fan base that's having a game coming out and saying the exact same arguments. Oh, you're obsessed with porn. Oh, your brain is on anime. Blah, 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 blah. The exact same argument. And so what I find interesting is that this controversy only exists in modern AAA games that pledge allegiance to diversity, inclusivity, and equity. This controversy doesn't happen with games that are coming out from China. It doesn't happen with video games that are coming out from South Korea. It didn't happen even in the West before 2016. Even when you had characters that looked different, like Zero from Mass Effect. Like, she is done ugly on purpose. She has her hair shaven, she's covered with tattoos. And even then, it wasn't a controversy. Like, some people said, yeah, I don't like the character, but when they played the game, they actually did. So, there is something going on. And we need to analyze what that is. And I think the best way to do it is with Ciri from The Witcher. Now, is Ciri an ugly character? Well, the question is, like, compared to who? Like, what do we compare it with? And what is the goal here? Is the goal here to create an average, plain-looking woman? Like, is this what we expect from a multi-million-dollar studio? To just create the random wine-out? And as long as it looks like a woman or any woman, and she's not morbidly obese, we call it a day? Because I'm not happy with that. I know how they used to create female characters, right? Like, look at this. Is this, a teenager? Does she look like people's brain are obsessed with anime? Does she look like, oh, you can't stop yourself from gooning? Like, the moment she comes on screen, you need to whoop up your penis out? No, it's just like a fantasy-looking character. This is fitting the lore. She's using her magic in order to look absolutely gorgeous. She is beautiful to behold. There is absolutely no reason whatsoever while video game developers cannot keep creating characters that look like this. There is no controversy when the characters look like this. There is no one complaining, except a couple of unhinged people that absolutely hate and despise femininity. And we know this because they tell us this. There have been interviews, there have been insiders coming out, and they say that at the top, there are certain individuals, usually women over the age of 40 or 50, or people that want to become women, and they feel threatened by femininity. They simply feel threatened by pixels. And because of that, they are pushing their entire insecurities on the market. So when I see individuals going, oh, you're just obsessed with porn, I have nothing but disdain towards them, because I know that's not even their arguments. They're just copy-pasting the same arguments all over. They can't even refresh the arguments because they know it's indefensible. Now, if a character happens to look ugly or plain or masculine and it's one character, that's fine. But it's in the entire fucking industry now. Why is it that I need to support it with my money? What have I done to deserve having to work hard every month and then spend my money in order to support more of this shit? Notice how in 2016, when Mass Effect 2 came out, no one complained. It was just one character. And she was actually interesting. And this brings me back to Ciri. Yes, I do find Ciri ugly. She is a downgrade from the previous game. No, I don't give a fuck that she aged. That is the way they write the story. They can choose to write whatever in the story. She could have found the magical beauty potion. When she did the trial of the grasses, she could have become beautiful. I don't fucking care. All right? Write your story in such a way so that the characters actually look like something coming out of a fantasy novel. At least the main character. This is the shit that I'm supposed to play. And stop finding out reason on why she has to look like ass because the story says so. Because I'm willing to bet you're willing to bend the story in order to make her a witcher, but you're not willing to bend the story in order not to make her look like a 50-year-old wineout. And so the question is, why did people like Zero from Mass Effect 2, right? Like, she looks even worse than Ciri. She looks like that chick that Naughty Dog is creating. Why is it? And the answer is here, and this is why Dev probably likes Ciri as well. These characters that are made by the new DEI departments, they have a masculine aura around them. Even if they're like women, they still have a masculine aura around them. After I watched the trailer, everything Ciri does, from her stoic behavior, to the way she walks, the way she carries herself, the way she portrays herself, the fact that she doesn't show anything feminine. Like, she is completely dressed, there's no cleavage, there's no ass, there's nothing. Like, any type of woman at least tries to show some of her assets, at least tries to show some femininity. Ciri has no grace. She has no sensuality. She has no wholesomeness. She is literally Geralt with small tits and a wig. In fact, I am willing to bet that when the game comes out, if you switch Ciri with Geralt, if you put a mod that replaces the entire model with Geralt, and Geralt doesn't look like a flamboyant man, then it just fucking proves my point. I wouldn't even surprised if they got some guys to do some of her animations. This has happened at other studios. Again, the game isn't out yet, but when it's out yet, someone should do the experiment, and then you can see if I'm right or not. And due to this, it looks fucking uncanny. Anime doesn't do this. Anime has strong women, and they still maintain their femininity. Look at Mikasa from Attack on Titan. Even when Mikasa was uglified in the later seasons, she's still acting feminine. And then you have video games before 2016. You have the Mass Effect 2, and that was the thing. Again, I think her name was Zero, right? That was the thing with her. She was still acting feminine. Ciri is literally Geralt with less charisma. And so the question is, like, why are you creating female characters if they're still behaving like men? It's almost like you wanted to write the story of a man. And that is fine, you know, like, maybe one female character portrays herself like a man, but all of them now? Fucking all of them? Every single AAA game, everything has to be gender ambiguous, gender non-binary, pronouns, body type A, body type B. You super saturated the market. That's the thing, you know, you believe that people who buy your games are doing so in order to make a political statement. The reality is that it's not fucking fun. That's why the normies aren't buying it. They don't even know the culture word. They don't even know the arguments. All they know is that they're playing these games, they're looking at the trailers, or they're starting the game and they notice that the character is off. They can't articulate why. It just feels fucking off. It's not the type of character you feel like connecting with. And so they refund the game. That's what happened with Concord. That's what happened with many other things. You know, like, the visuals matter. Capcom did a survey. The visuals are the number 2 reason on why people buy video games. And so you are going out of your way in order to create characters that no one likes. We know no one likes them because no one uses them as avatars. No one uses them as thumbnails. No one tries to buy merchandise with them. There's no t-shirts with these characters. No one cares. I mean, look at Ciri, all right? Look at the way she presents herself. Every single pose that they choose is her looking angry and stoic. Literally Geralt. Now I know that's like, well, yeah, she was raised by Geralt. The daughter isn't an identical copy of the father. The fuck? And so you end up with the character that, again, like, I have never seen a woman in real life that looks at me like this. The only people that I have seen in real life that gives this expression is if you're walking in a dangerous neighborhood and you agitate some of the thugs there, and they're like, "What you looking at, boy?" And they give you exactly this expression. I would say that the opposite of this would be to make a very flamboyant man and try to pass him off as Kratos. It's a fucking disconnect, isn't it? And it can work in one game. But when it's all the male characters in all the fucking games, people start going like, what the fuck are you doing? Seriously, imagine Kratos walking like a flamboyant Californian Democrat. And he's soy-facing and pogging everywhere. Wouldn't that change the dynamic of the game? Wouldn't that make you feel a little bit different? Like, why do they expect that people who actually interact with women aren't creeped out when they're constantly seeing every single female character, every single thing that you're making, every single... It is literally the same. Stoic, angry-faced, with masculine features. Like, the thing is, you know, I personally think the jawline isn't that great. But, okay, fine, like, there are some women that look like this, but when you add the male aura that she has, the body language, the movements, the way she speaks, everything, right? When you add that on top of it, yeah, I can see why people will say that she looks masculine. Most people don't even know how to articulate it. They just look at a female character and they feel that something is off. And if they feel that it is off, that's enough for them. They don't feel that with anime characters. They don't feel that with characters from Chinese games. They don't feel that with Western games that were released before 2016. And so the reason they feel it is because it's done on purpose. There's an entire team that is taking female actresses and making them as androgynous as possible and telling them to act as manly as possible. And so this is why it's happening. And no one likes it. There is no market for it. They're trying to force the market. So it's okay to voice your concern and say that you're not interested in buying the game, because it's the only way the companies are going to get a message. If they don't get the message, they're going to keep doing it. And eventually we're going to have fucking Kratos role-playing as Ciri. Let me know what you guys think, and as usual, I'll see you in the comment section. Take care.